We're living in an era where working your typical 9-to-5 job just isn't the only option anymore. We have the ability to do whatever we want or whatever we want to do as long as our product or service is good. And well, we may be the product sometimes, but that's different. Now, I'm sure I've said this before, but I'm currently doing mechanical engineering in school, and it's sort of coming on my last year, and I got hit with what I like to call real life syndrome. I don't know about you guys, but I just kind of envisioned myself sitting at a desk Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, sort of just wasting my life away. However, thinking about that now, it really isn't all that black and white. There's a lot of aspects that come into that type of job, and there's jobs out there for the people who want to do that. Now, I'm just gonna use this video to sort of think out loud because I feel like I've done a lot of research on this type of topic, and maybe thinking out loud could help somebody form their own decision. Now, I'm gonna start with this, and you may think it's obvious, but a lot of people just don't realize that. It is impossible to make a living without working. Now, for the select, 0.01% of us, maybe it's possible, but the majority of us, the vast majority of us, need to work in some way or form in order to make a living. What it really boils down to, though, is if you want to work your typical 9-to-5 job or try and build something of what you believe in. But going back to that, for all the people who want to run their own business or make their own product or do their own thing, be ready to work pretty much way more than you ever would working the 9-to-5 Monday to Friday gig. From the people I've spoken to who have started their own business, they are working 60 to 80 hours a week, which is nearly double what the traditional 40-hour work week is. Now, it doesn't feel like 80 hours a week because they're doing it on their own terms for the most part, and they're building something that they know they can grow with their time. The time invested for them is an immediate output on what they're doing. So if you make a product, you put in like 80 hours a week into this product and you know it'll work, chances are it will work eventually. And that time you put in is directly coming back to you, not to another company. So pretty much this 80 hours a week or 60 hours a week that you might be putting in, years later does pay off. And by years, it could be 10 years, 20 years, it could be a crazy number. Your clients or your buyers, whatever field you're going into, are gonna be the ones that are gonna make you a living. Now, keep this in mind. When you work for yourself, you really don't have job security. Working the traditional 9-to-5 at a reputable company gives you vacation days, sick days, pretty much everything you need, insurance to not fall on your ass. Now, this all sounds amazing, and it works for like 90 or 95% of everybody, for the whole population. But for some reason, the other percentage just physically can't do it. The other 10 or 5% are going to rather want to just slave away at whatever they're trying to build and suffer for years and years to come until they make something out of it. And believing in yourself or believing in the product that you're making is the first step to getting to that success. Now, I think I'm part of the 10% that would rather build something than work for somebody else, and you might be too. It just comes down to reality. Maybe you've thought of quitting one day, but it's too risky, and that's what holds you back. It's the risk. If you quit and whatever you want to do doesn't work, what do you do then? Now, I'm in school right now with basically a year left, as I said before, and I decided to just jump into real estate and see what I could do with real estate, if that's even a possibility. And if it works, it works, but I'm not putting in as much effort as I should because honestly, it's not where my heart is. Now, ultimately, to put it all in one sentence, don't leave your current position if you don't have an idea of what you want to do. I don't want you to just quit whatever you're doing and then realize that you have nothing. And I feel like that's the problem with a lot of those entrepreneurial Instagram people these days. They really stress dropping out and really stress quitting your job in order to build something. But 9 out of 10 people don't have something ready to build. So what are they quitting for? They don't need the time for something else. There's nothing there. What I do recommend though is don't quit. Take the weekends, take your free time, and use that time to work on your passion. Because let me tell you a little secret. If you're not taking the time to work on your passions on weekends or after school or after work or whatever you do, you're not gonna work on it with more time. You have to be ready to put in 60 to 80 hours a week of work to do what you love, rather than doing your job currently. Now, if you love your job, that's amazing. Stay with it, that's beautiful, right? But for those of us who can't be satisfied with a traditional job, you have to make something else work. Now, maybe I'm wrong. I haven't had a full-time 40-hour-a-week job, so I could be totally wrong, but just my gut feeling from inside for right now, as well as probably most of you, is that it's not gonna work. What it all boils down to is just do what you love, because life is too short not to. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.